They stand well. Should catch them at any moment. Gate Spring off and racing. Ginnivan away well. So's TOROPA. Sinful Living and pushing through. Golden Vale. All play right there handy in a great speed battle early on. Back behind them, Super Session when they get going. Followed further back by Brave Strike, Classic Rogue, and settling down last is Russian Sniper. They're really flying along here at the 600 where Ginnivan won the battle for the lead over Sinful Living. Golden Vale down on the inside, just easing off heels. All play getting fired up, then TOROPA. It's over on the outside of Super Session, angling away from the fence. Then Brave Strike at the head of the others. Russian Sniper, Classic Rogue hugs the fence into the straight by the 300. Ginnivan a half a length on Sinful Living. Golden Vale trying to work out around behind those, and TOROPA called upon on the outside of All Play. It's Sinful Living, Golden Vale coming, and so's TOROPA. TOROPA on the outside of Golden Vale. TOROPA strikes the lead, and it's a first up win for the SJ Milliard for TOROPA. TOROPA has won from Golden Vale. All Play. Super Session came late. Leave it to the judge for second and third spots. Then Sinful Living just got tired late. So did Ginnivan and Classic Rogue. Brave Strike. And with those near the tail, Russian Sniper. 7 TOROPA delivers a first up victory for the new stable. But of course wins for the 6th time in 10 runs. First up today, Brad Parnham in the saddle. Golden Vale looked as though she might have run second to bob of the heads for third as we wait for the full list of the numbers. But it's the Toronado mare back today with a vengeance. 6 wins, 3 seconds from 10 starts. She's been fabulous. Had no luck at her last run in that final outing in the preparation back in November. When she got caught deep in the jungle mist. Trainer Vernon Brockman retiring since then and handing the mare into the care of SJ Miller, who teams up with Brad Parnham, and she salutes first up by a long neck. Second 9, Golden Vale, Clint Johnston Porter. Third goes to 6, Super Session in front of number 3, All Play. 7, 9, 6 and 3. 7, 9, 6 and 3, a long neck and a neck in 58.05. And they've clocked 34.18 the last 600. Raced by Peter Walsh, Lynn Sayers, Dave Harris, Brian Bradley, also Mrs. D.E. Cyprian, Johnny Cyprian, Bill Wilcock, and the landing party managed by G. Ryan, Mark Wilson, J. Moritz, D.A. Ryan. She's a Toronado mare from Europa Point, and you'd like to have an absolute stable full of them. Very rarely ever misses. And scores here over Golden Vale in the Coolmore Blue by Churchill from Magnesic, Simon Miller, Clint Johnston Porter. For the Magnia family, also D.O. Man, Dave Harris, so he gets a part of the action with both first and second. Pete O'Brien, Chris Chalwell, Stan Quinlivan, Fred Fairthorne, Graham Butler, also Graham White, J.A. Ferguson and Brian Bradley as well in the ownership of that filly, and she has run very well. And Super Session equally so first up by Sessions from Talk of Angels, Adam Durant, and ridden by Lucy Fiore for J.B. Blackburn, Ms. A.J. Clark and Pete Rogers. Fourth going to 3, All Play. The last event today, the Valet Kim Bailey handicap over the 1200 journey at 5 o'clock. Number 5, Canny Rock, and 9, Banks Avenue are the 2 scratchings. Well, SJ Miller would be thrilled with the way that this mare's delivered first up, first time out for his yard, and he now joins Lockie down in the winner's enclosure.
Thanks, Darren. Yes, S joins me now. Congratulations on the win. As Darren was alluding to, first start under your care, I should say, but you did have a little bit to do with it behind the scenes in previous preparations under Vern. What have you learnt about this mare this time in?
Look, she come in excellent condition. She's pretty easy horse to train. She sort of keeps herself a bit fit, and you know, I had a good discussion with her, and unfortunately he's a bit crook today and he couldn't be here about trialling her or just putting her in a 1,000-metre race. So we started off here, and she's done the right thing by us and the owners. You know, really like to thank Vern for giving me the opportunity with this horse because, you know, she is a pretty classy sort of mare.
Coming into today, were you always confident that she had the freshness in her legs to be as sharp as she was over the 1,000? Because they didn't muck around in terms of the early speed.
Yeah, I thought so. You know, I was a little bit soft on her, and she's not a horse that you can really hammer or anything, but she's done really well in the feed bin, and she looked, you know, to me, she looked pretty well spot on. So hopefully there's a little bit more improvement in her, and, you know, Vern's a master at placing them right, and now I've got the hard job to, as she's gone up in class, but he always had a high opinion of her, so hopefully I could just get the guidance from him and put her in the right races.
I was about to say, where to next for this mare, but it sounds like you need to give Vern a ring on the way home.
Most definitely.
Well done here.
Thank you.
There's SJ Miller. He's done a wonderful job with this mare, TOROPA, as did Vern Brockman. Vern training her first 9 career starts for 5 wins, and now with SJ Miller, she's made it 6 from 10. So she truly knows where the finish line is. She knows how to get the job done, and key to her chances throughout her career has been this man, Bradley Parnham.
Bradley Parnham just jumping on the scales, and then we'll get a word from him on the return of TOROPA here today, and she makes it, as you just said, Lockie, 6 wins from 10 starts. Bradley, new training setup, same TOROPA.
Yeah, she's pretty good today. You know, she raced today like she did when she was strung all those races together. I feel like towards the end of her last prep, she's probably just getting a little bit tired, but yeah, she's sort of back to her best today, and she had a real good turn of foot, and she was strong enough late.
As you say that, it's also the fact that she ran second to Rope Them In. He's obviously now lining up in a quokka. She was running second to Almighty Class when he was at the peak of his powers. So the whole way through, she's just been a good mare.
She has, and you know, I think now that she's had a break, she seems pretty bright. She come here without a trial, so you'd imagine she's going to improve a fair bit out of that. But you know, I was pretty confident on her today. When I lobbed where I did, following all play, I thought she'd be too good, and she was.
It looked like for Sean O'Donnell, who all play can give him a bit of a handful, he had to pop out sooner rather than later, and that was always going to suit you.
Yeah, exactly. He had to pop out 3 deep early, and yeah, it worked well for me because I was able to track him for a fair way, and then I just got her moving just before the leaders started to let down and kick away from us. Just wanted to make sure I had them in sights, and yeah, she let down good, and it was a good win.
Good to see that they've chipped in for a new set of colours too. Well done, Bradley.
Yeah, thanks, mate. We finally got rid of the 1960 set, so it's all onwards and upwards from here.
There's Bradley Parnham. He can put the sewing kit away. He doesn't need to put those handy skills to good use again. It's TOROPA taking out the 8th at Ascot for SJ Miller and Brad Parnham. A really, really stylish win in a very strong 72,000+. But for our Racing WA TV viewers, our attention turns to the last of the day out of Dongra, the Wild West Haulage Handicap over 1,100 metres. Let's have a look at these horses, and we'll start with the one, Riley, Undercover Sniper for Graham Hammerquist and Rocky Chong.
He's a bit of an all-or-nothing commodity, Undercover Sniper, Lockie. He ran last at Albany back on the 11th of January over the 1,000 metres, beaten 11 lengths. And his first run for Graham Hammerquist in Geraldton, he was able to find the front for Kira Yule and was able to win on that